Man, what do you know about the Philly steak and cheese sliders on the Blackstone? If you don't know, stick around and find out. It's that easy. Kitchen recipes. Okay, let's start with 2 pounds of the Philly steak meat, mozzarella cheese, shredded lettuce, Fiesta cheese blend, 2 onions, and 2 green bell peppers, and a pack of Hawaiian rolls. Let's get it. All right, let's get started with broad chopping our onions, and we're gonna come through and broad chop our bell pepper. As always, we like to start out oiling our griddle up a little bit with these Philly steak sliders. This is an excellent choice for your tailgating or your parties or whatever it is, snacks. These are really good. Go ahead and start out and get all of our vegetables down. Saute these onions and peppers. You want to get them really soft. I'm going to get this going first and wait to put the meat on there because the meat will cook really fast. And I want these to already be sauteed down pretty well before we put the meat on there. I also like to come in and add a little of this Cavendish seasoning. This is an excellent seasoning for vegetables. You can do a little starting out and add a little more later, but it doesn't take much at all to season this up. The Cavendish is such a great flavor booster. If you never tried it, you might want to give it a try. Then we got our vegetable sauteed. We're going to push these to the side. Keep them a little cooler. We can go ahead and prepare this Philly steak meat. These come frozen, but they are really tasty. Do not sleep on this lightly pre-seasoned Philly steak cuts. We're just going to come through a little bit and break them up. Like I say, these do not take long to cook at all. I like to leave them on one side for a short period of time just to get a little bit of that mallet effect so we can get that browning effect as you see there. I want to go ahead and give these a toss over. We're going to go ahead and start chopping the meat up. To add a little more flavor to this meat, I like to come in and just douse a little bit of this steak and chop marinade in here. And it cooks really well. It gives this Philly steak some extra flavor. This will cook down and evaporate, but it adds extra flavor. You can also come in here and add some of the Cavendish blend to this as well. All these are just great flavor enhancers. They will really, really tone up your recipe. I don't just like to taste my food and get decent flavor. I like explosion of flavor. Everybody's different. People's taste buds are different, but this is the way I like to do it. We'll flip this over here and get this on the hotter side of the grill. Sometimes you're cooking on a Blackstone. Those Philly steak cuts were frozen, and it cools the griddle down just a little. So you notice I flipped it to this side because it's way hotter. I didn't have to wait for it to heat up a little more. You don't want this extremely hot. You want to keep this around 375 to 400. You do not want to scorch the meat and get it to where it's all dried out. So just have our top and our bottom. We'll have that ready to slap back on the griddle in just a second. We got our meat going pretty good. It's about where we want it. You can always do a taste test. If you think it needs more seasoning. And what I do like to do is add a little minced garlic to this meat. And I'm going to add a little bit to my vegetables. And I do this towards the end so it doesn't get scorched. It just helps give it a lot more flavor. And we just keep adding flavor. I'm going to cut this down to the lowest setting on my griddle. Because we're going to set this up and get ready to put it on top of the buns. Just want to kind of get this in the shape that we want it in. So what I want to come in and do now is add a layer of this cheese. And I want this cheese to kind of melt into the meat so it can give it a little bit of a glue when we get ready to put all this together. I want this cheese to kind of lock into the meat a little, kind of hold it in place a little. Stir these vegetables up. Try to get some of the excess oil off of them. Kind of press the oil out if you can. You don't want the sandwich to be too runny or greasy. I'm going to come in and just lightly scatter over the top here. Kind of get all that in place. Look at that greatness. Now I'm going to go ahead and butter up my griddle so I can toast my buns or toast my Hawaiian rolls. Slap this side down first. Slap this side. I got a couple of loose ones I'm losing over here. We're going to make it work out. I'm going to press on this just a little bit. Get some of that oil out of there. I don't want all the excess oil on the sandwich. We're going to transfer this straight to the buns. And the way this is setting up, it should be a nice little crust at the base. Man, that's so good. And what I'm about to do is use a pizza spatula. This works really good. It gets everything off. It makes it easy to slide what you got on here. I'm going to flip this over and put it on top of my cutting board. Go ahead and get this off. I don't want them to burn. What I'm going to do now is take my meat and place it on here. I want to place everything on top at one time. I'm going to kind of use a double spatula mode to do this so I can get it up. Yeah, there's the effect right there. See if we can just slide that onto there. And voila, work like a charm. I got excess meat. I want to now add this mozzarella cheese. Man, you talking about some greatness, greatness, greatness. All this is hot, so it won't take no time to melt this cheese. Slap that on the top. And there you go. Man, when I tell you these are on the next level, they are on the next level. Now let's slice these sandwiches up so we can put them to the test. Wow, look at that cheese pool. Oh my goodness. There are so many great ways to make sliders. There are so many types of meat you can use, or veggie style, whatever you like. But this is one of the best I've had. This Philly steak and cheese recipe on the Blackstone is such a great option. You gotta give it a try. As always, thanks for watching and thanks for subscribing. Turn on that notification bell so you can get alerted for the latest and greatest videos from It's That Easy Kitchen Recipes. Until next time, see you soon. It's that easy. It's that easy kitchen recipes.